All right, let us quickly solve this Olympiad math problem. Okay, we are asked to simplify this. This is very, very simple. So what to do is, let us start with this one from here to here. So which is the square root of 4 plus 2 root 3. Okay, I'm going to be solving this with two methods. The first one is I can say let it be what x. Now if I square both sides, I'm going to have that 4 plus 2 root 3 is equal to what? X squared. That is square root moving to this side to become squared. All right, now the next thing you do is to break this down, try to break this down to look in the form, to look in this form that that x plus y all squared is equal to what? X squared plus y squared, then plus 2xy. Okay, so let us try to make this to look like this. Now from this place, now I have that since I'm having 3 here, this 4 can be written as 3 plus 1. Okay, then plus 2 root 3 times root 1. Okay, now root 1 is 1 times this is the same thing. I did not change anything, and this plus this is this. Okay, so now is equal to what? X squared. Now this thing can be 3 can be written as root 3 all squared plus 1 can be written as root 1 all squared. Okay, then plus 2 root 3 root 1 is equal to what? X squared. Now if you see that if this thing is something as like this, then it means that this one is the same thing as saying root 3 plus root 1 then all squared. Okay, is equal to what? X squared. Now if squared take care of squared, I'm now getting that let me solve it. I'm now getting that the x is equal to what? Root 3 plus what? Root 1, which is something as saying root 3 plus 1. Okay, now this is the first method of solving this particular type. Now let me show you another method of solving it. Alternatively, you can say that let this square root of 4 plus 2 root 3 be equal to root x plus root y. Okay, now the next thing to do is to square both sides. If I square both sides, I'm going to have 4 plus 2 root 3 is equal to what? Root x plus root y. Okay, all squared. Now let us expand this side. I'm going to have that 4 plus 2 root 3 is equal to square the first one x, square the last one y, square this, multiply the first one and the second one, double it. I'm going to have 2 root xy. Okay, so now if you compare the left hand side and the right hand side, you see that those that are not inside the square root, which is x plus y, is equal to this 4 that is not inside the square root, equation 1. And then this one that has 2 inside the square, then 2 inside the square. So it means that what? That xy here is equal to 3. Okay, now this is equation 2. So you can solve this simultaneously. To solve it simultaneously, you can say that from equation 1 that your y is equal to what? 4 minus x. Okay, if you substitute it here in equation 2, you'll be having that x in bracket, instead of putting y, you can say 4 minus x is equal to 3. So open bracket, this time this will give you 4x, this time this will give you minus x squared is equal to 3. So move everybody to this side to have that x squared minus 4x plus 3 is equal to 0. Okay, so maybe you permit me to finish it up here. Okay, so this will now give us that x squared, this is minus 3 minus 1, so minus 3x minus x, then plus 3 is equal to 0. So now this is now x into x minus 3 minus 1 into x minus 3, okay, is equal to 0. So what do we have? That x minus 3 and x minus 1 is equal to 0. So we have that x minus 3 is 0, or x minus 1 is 0. So finally we have that x is equal to 3 or x is equal to 1. Okay, so now the same thing you got for x is exactly the same thing you're going to get for y. Now for y, we said that y is equal to 4 minus x, sorry. So when x is 3, if when x is equal to 3, automatically you are seeing that y is equal to 1. That is 4 minus 3, which is y. And when x is equal to 1, automatically you are seeing that y is equal to what? 3. That is 4 minus 1, which is 3. Okay, so that is the second method of getting it. So since you have gotten that, you will now see that this is equal to the square root of, if you like, you take x to be 3, which will give you root 3 plus, if you are taking, you know that when x is 3, that y was 1, so the square root of 1, which is exactly what I got here. But you see that this one is easier, though this one is trickish, because sometimes you may not uh, know exactly how to split it like that. Okay, so these are the two methods of solving it. Okay, so since you have gotten that, so permit me to clean this place. Okay, and then we continue. So cleaning here, I'm going to have that this is now the square root of 9 plus 4 in bracket of, don't forget that we got this one to be root 3 plus 1. Okay, so this is now the square root of 9 plus this time this will give you 4 root 3, this time this will give you plus 4. Okay, so this is now the square root of this, and this is giving me 13 plus what, 4 root what, 3. Okay, now this one looks exactly like what we did before. Okay, so since it looks exactly like what we did before, we can still do it again. So once you get to this place, try to make this to look like x plus y all squared is equal to what, uh, x squared plus y squared, then plus 2xy. Okay, so try to make it to look like that. So for us to make this to look like that, I'm going to say let this be equal to x. Okay, I can say let the square root of 13 plus 4 root 3 equal to, okay, I've used x before, so let me use y. So if I square both sides, I'm going to have that 13 plus 4 root 3 is equal to y squared. Now, to make this look like that, I need here to be 2 first. So if here is going to be 2, because I'm going to have 2 times this 2. So it's going to be 13 plus 2 times 2 root 3 is equal to what? Y squared. So I'm having 13 plus 2 the square root of 3. If this is going inside, it's going to be times 2 times 2. Okay, if the 2 is going inside, it's going to multiply itself again. If it's going inside, that's the law of surd. Okay, so I'm having that this is 13 plus 2 the square root of everything here is giving me 12, right? Is equal to y squared. Now from here, I will now try to make it to look this way. To make it look this way, since I'm having 12 here, so 13 can be written as 12 plus 1. So 12 plus 1, okay, then plus 2 the square root of 13, the square root of 12 and the square root of 1 is equal to y squared. I did not change anything. This plus this is 13. Square root of 1 is 1. 1 times all this thing is still the same thing. So I did not change anything. So you see that this thing is now looking like this. So since it's looking like this, okay, so it's meaning the square. So let us put them inside square. So it becomes the square root of 12 all squared plus the square root of 1 all squared, plus 2 the square root of 13 the square root of 1 is equal to y squared. So what do we have? This is now looking exactly like this. So I'm having that this thing is supposed to mean the square root of 12 plus the square root of 1 is equal to all squared is equal to y squared. So if square take care of squares, I'm having that my y is simply the square root of 12 plus the square root of what? 1. So which will give us 1 plus root 12. Okay, so that is that. And root 12 is something as, look at 12, 2 divide 6, 2 divide 3, 3 divide 1. So 2 root 3. So this is something as 1 plus 2 root what? 3. So since I solved my own with this way, can you please try and solve your own this way and know if you get your answer? Try to solve this particular one. Try to solve it this way. The square root of, or let us use that method and solve it together so that you will see that it's the same thing. So since I have this, let me use the other method again to solve it. Having this, you say that this should be equal to the square root of x plus the square root of y, like I did before, right? You can use any alphabet, M and N, anyone you like. So squaring both sides, I'm going to have that 13 plus 4 root 3 is equal to what? Root x plus what? Root y all squared. Okay, so clear this bracket. I'm going to have that 13 plus 4 root 3 is equal to this is root, sorry, this is square this one x plus square this one y, then multiply this two and double it, 2 root x root y, or root xy, anyone you like, the same thing, root xy. So comparing these two to this, now this one has 2 here, so I can take one of the 2 inside. So this will now be 13 plus 2 dot 2 root 3 is equal to what? X plus y plus 2 root xy. Okay, So this is now 13 plus 2 into, I told you 3 times 2 times 2. If this 2 is going inside, it's going to multiply itself, okay? So I'm going to have that x plus y plus 2 root xy. So having this, I'm going to have that 13 plus 2 root 3 times 4 is 12 is equal to what? X plus y plus 2 root xy. So comparing these two, you see that x plus y that does not have root should be equal to what? 13, equation 1. And then this one inside here, which is xy, should be equal to what? 12, equation 2. So you will now solve this equation 1 and 2 simultaneously, and then you get your final answer. Okay? So solving it simultaneously, we can say that from equation 1, that x is equal to what? 13 minus y. So I'm having that anywhere I see x, I can put 13 minus y. So I say 13 minus y, substituting in equation 2, then bracket y, repeating this thing as 13 minus y, okay? Then is equal to what? 12. So this time needs to give you 13y minus y squared is equal to what? 12. So collect like terms. Everybody should move to the right hand side. So I have y squared minus 13y plus 12 is equal to 0. So I'm having that what? Y squared minus 12y minus y plus 12 is equal to 0. To have that, y in bracket of y minus 12, then y minus 12, I'm having minus 1 outside is equal to 0. Okay? So this is normal quadratic equation. So this is now y minus 12 into y minus 1 is equal to 0. So the product of two things equal to 0 means that one of them must be 0. So y minus 12 is 0, or y minus 1 is 0. So what do we have? Y is equal to 12, or y is equal to 1. So having this now, we have gotten our y. So we'll get our x. And you know that x should be exactly like y. It's a must. So look at, we say that x is equal to 13 minus y. So when y is equal to 12, you see that x is equal to 13 minus 12, which is 1. And when y is equal to 1, you see that x is equal to what? 13 minus 1, which is what? 12. So you can take x to be 12 and then take y to be 1. So which is exactly the same thing we got. So which is now root 12 plus root 1. If you can remember, that is 2 root 3 plus what? 1, which is 1 plus 2 root 3, the same result. So thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye bye.